What's up? I actually had no plans to do any more videos until I do a movie review, but man, I want to bring something up that it blows my mind. That there is people that want to take advice from people this freaking dumb. From what I just found out, it's just like, to me, like I said, I've been seeing a lot of things said on YouTube where I imagine, it would have been so much like if I would have said these things, it would be, or act this way, it would have been so much of an embarrassment. I'll just stop doing YouTube videos if I look like to see myself acting this way. It was just me, I lost it. There is something literally wrong with me, like mentally wrong with me. But I was gonna do this via my theater room, but it's just like little minor setting up, moving things like the stand, or, over there and blah, blah, blah. And I don't want to do all that right now. So this is it, man. I want to mention a couple of videos I was thinking about doing, but it just wasn't enough for me to care to do the video. Just kind of like me just, popping my collar, of things that, like I said, every time I say something, my proof gets proven later. But this was something like recently ran a video that came out today that I don't know if this guy's like a well-known person or well-known YouTuber. He's just from his channel he's just known, but I think he almost seems like he's like known outside of YouTube. But did a video and it was about Trump supporters are being a cult. And I was just like, I just recently did a video about this, and it wasn't like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't because of me bringing up in my video, because I didn't put the word cult in my title. So usually if you put something like that in the title, you'll get recommended to, other videos that talk about what you talk about or something. And, he took the route of going over all the things that Trump has said and done and going over talking about, and there's people that will still support this person, how insane that is. And he did a really good job. Like most people like me, I don't remember half the crap that Trump's done and said anymore. It's just kind of like, if someone asks me why David Duke is a racist, I'll bring up something that I've seen him say something about, he saw the people, the movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and he referred them as in black people. And he was going by the trailer because he thought it would be about movies of apes attacking the world. But do I remember anything else racist about David Duke? No. But I will refer him as a racist, And sometimes I get these comments about this Chris guy, that, they ask me, how is he a racist? Well, I put racist in the title sometimes. I don't know if I'll put it in this one right here, because I have already went over that. And usually I don't waste my time with that, because if I have to tell you someone like Trump is a racist, then you're wasting my time. And a lot of idiots out there are so dumb when people feel like they have to ask a question that is so obvious. They're like, oh, but he's never been caught saying the N-word. When I got the response, it's like, I've never said the N-word. Like, dude, it's clear that you're a racist. It's clear that you're trailer trash. You don't need to say the N-word for people to know that you're racist. One, you'd be kicked off of YouTube acting that way. So that's why you don't say it. It's clear that you say it at home. It's clear that you're trailer trash, but there's certain things that racists do, and one of the things that Chris does in this video that I'm going to play, it's something that's a common thing from racists like Shin talk about, where he has that mind says, yeah, you can dribble a ball, yeah, you can do this, but you don't have the right to talk about this. And it's a Fox News thing, is you don't have the right N-word. That's what it's really saying, blah, blah. But it's something that you miss out on those videos, but so I will still put sometimes racist in the title, but usually it just means you missed out on the videos, or you just can't pick up on the signs when it's clear obvious. You're just too slow in your parents' basement, So, but this is it. So, but anyways, I hope I can get sidetracked a little bit, but that guy who did a video about Trump supporters of cults, yeah, he went on that line of going over everything wrong about Trump, things he's done and said. And the thing is, I don't waste my time with that, because I show examples several times in old videos and different channels that proving these people wrong doesn't matter. They have been proved wrong every single time someone holds up a mic to them. And they sit there like, but still, they still go by their conspiracy. They have been shown to be look dumb, and they have acknowledged that what they just said looks dumb when they were proven wrong with something, but they will still stick with their conspiracies. So that's why in my video, I don't go by says he's done this, he's done that. I just go by the fact that you are a cult. I don't try to get into any information, give you any kind of proof you want to know if you're a cult. And if you can't figure it out, then too bad. My life is way better than yours. I move on. You know, I'm not an idiot that wastes my life thinking about conspiracies and fear tactic. I think about myself and not other celebrities and what they do with their lives. I have a life. But anyway, so let's get started. So this is what happened, man. Now, when I heard about this Chris guy, I did a video about it, him saying that he doesn't want to attack movies anymore or something. And one of them mentioned something about him, and they said they're, like 2 downfalls of him or something. That was one. They said also he kind of had his one about trying to write a script for Batman v Superman. And I was thinking, that's just dumb as hell. And I wish I would have grabbed the 5 movies that were attacking social media that are actually good to people in the real world. But YouTube, it's like, the feminist, the woke, whatever, I don't know. It's just, you know, once Monster Hunter, Batman v Superman, Terminator Dark Fate, blah, blah, blah. But X-Men Dark Phoenix, all those are good movies. But they're attacking social media. And, you know, and the thing is, I want to say is, none of those movies are good, and they're good enough too. Where I said, you know, I'm known as a picky movie reviewer back then when I was a big YouTuber. Who's like, do you like any movie? And those are movies that I can't tell you what's wrong with the movie, especially if a movie's in my top 10. I could not rewrite the script or try to make it better. It would just be too much stupidity. But like I said, people, how biased they are, as in the one race group, they don't know how dumb they are. Like the guy, like I talked about 3C Films talking about, I didn't like Terminator Dark Fate, but that movie, that Wally Land with Nicolas Cage, oh my gosh, that looks amazing, straight to DVD, it looks amazing. It's just they don't think their stupidity through. Only thing that 3C Film guy could give me is a comment that says, well, maybe my channel is not for you, because it's not, you freaking retard. but anyways, so I'm gonna get, anyways, but the point is, there are movies that it's just going to be a failure. But I always did say I like it when people, you know, if they're going to attack something, say what they would do in the movie instead, you know. And that's why I usually like to do on I don't do it all the time, but, you know, but I knew those are movies that I could not have done better, like Monster Hunter. I don't know how they could, like they would have went the way the game went. That movie would have been a failure. And there's people saying, no, they should have done a story where they do go, I mean, it's about the people in there, and then they see these dragons, and I'm like, are you talking about Avatar? Because that's what you would have got if you're going to go by the video game. There's no story there. There's no real story to Halo. I'm talking the video game. There's no story, people. Okay, it's not something, no. But you know, but anyway, so let's get started. Or the Resident Evil. The Resident Evils don't have a story. The movies are actually the live movies, except that little remake they try to do. I don't know what the hell that was, are better than the actual game stories. Yeah. But anyways. So what was I going to say? I'm sorry. So let's get started. But I'm just saying I like that when someone tries to, but I knew those were just not a good idea. The movies that are attacked through social media because of some kind of hate kind of crap. But you know, so weeks later, I think it was probably about 5 days ago or 3 days ago or something, I did run into a video. It was an old video, Chris responding to that Batman v Superman. And I kind of listened to a little bit of it, and I was kind of interested. Like, I only clicked. I was like, so what did he say? You know, I was thinking, does he talk about what he said? And he said, and he made up a whole bunch of excuses and blah blah blah. And I said, even if I want to make a video about how dumb this guy is, it's just kind of wrong to do a video, you know, attacking someone that has taken fault of their rush script or whatever excuse he made. It's still an excuse. It's a bullshit. If you send it out, you thought it was good. No, I mean, not really like, not me, because if I said something out, people's like, well, you misspelled something in your title. I was like, because I don't give a shit. I explained that several times. Not anymore. I don't give a shit about my titles too much. I use talking text. That's usually how I put my comment back to people. I'll start talking and then hit send sometimes. And then later I might go back and correct whatever it was sent to them. But anyways, I'm sorry. So, so that rule doesn't apply to me. But someone like that idiot that thought he was making a script, no. There's somebody, anyways, but still, he saying, came up with their excuses. And you have to accept that. You can't just be like, acting like, oh, no, that's bullshit. That means that then there's something wrong with you. That means you're wanting to be upset with someone and just trying to find ways to be upset by someone that just, it means something's wrong with you. And then, about an hour or 2 hours ago, probably. It was actually 2 hours or more than 2 hours ago, a little bit, because I finally got settled down at home. I actually ran into the videos when I was at the mall, and I was just flipping to YouTube, and it was these people going over what Chris said for Batman v Superman, and I was like, that's why I wanted to know what did he say. Just curious, And what I just heard, it was these guys that are reading the script, because me, I would never care to search it to read the script. I don't really care. I don't like to read. So, so let's say they're reading it, and the way they were mocking it was great. But this thing, people, I want you to understand something. I explained this, I probably know of at least 5 Chris reviews. 2 of them the first one was Gravity. First time probably seeing his review, and then I clicked this guy and I did a video about it because it was like later, because he's like doing a video, says, I thought I was in space watching Gravity, but I didn't do the video yet. And then later I saw the worst movie I've ever seen in theaters, Godzilla 2014. And I was like, who the hell could like this movie? And I saw that Chris guy, I clicked him. And he's like, people, man, I don't like to use the word epic, but that movie was epic. And some people have comments says he didn't call the movie epic. No, he has probably about 3 different reviews for that movie. It says one of his reviews for Godzilla 2014. He has like 3 different ones, and he says it at the beginning. He says, I don't like to use the word epic, but that movie is epic. And from there, I have never cared to watch him again. But I have, got bored sometimes. And I said I was defending movies that were attacked through social media. And I used Chris for Batman v Superman. I used other people too. And then I kind of like just did a reaction to that. And he was like, I wish Lex Luthor cut off Zod's arm when he's supposed to examine the body. And I'm just like, and the conversation kept getting, he was talking to another YouTuber that I saw to be an idiot. He says, no, why did he just take the body? A body's supposed to examine. It's just like, that is just shame, people. This person is dumb. He's stuck in the past thinking about ex-Logan. He's like, little girl coming out with a head. That's art right there, man. That's a great script, That's not, people. A little girl walk around with a head. I know there's the kids like, oh, she walk out with a head. I don't get that way. That's why I was talking about for that group for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I did talk about that. Oh, my recent video about Trump supporters and those people talking about woke, talking about, is that exciting to people when Groot comes up with all those guns? Because I just thought that was just a lame cop out. But anyways, and then, and I did one of the things for like Monster Hunter. I was thinking, you know what? I'm gonna do Chris for Monster Hunter. And I did a reaction. I played this video, and that was one of my favorite videos about Chris. He kept going through the whole review, trying to laugh about the movie, say whatever the F, and didn't come up with one point with some fake ass laugh and grin. And he was like saying lies to it too. And I really, this is one of the things I wish I mentioned through that video, was he was saying that Tony Jaa doesn't need to have cutscenes because he can do the fight scenes. If you are a person that says you want to be a director someday, people with common sense know they still will add a whole bunch of cutscenes. But the sad thing about it is Tony Jaa's movies do have a lot of cutscenes. When he jumps over a car, he's jumping on some kind of trampoline thing. So they cut it so he can jump over. But not just that, he does have a lot of cutscenes. I think I said do have a lot of cutscenes. I don't know if I said it right, but yes. Yes, I have the Protector. I know he has in the Protector, there's supposed to be this one take thing. And then, you know, in the special features, you see people carrying him out because he's supposed to be exhausted. That dude was young at that time. That was just for show. You know, that dude wasn't really doing too much, but I'm not a person I want to explain that goes around kicking people to know, I mean, is it that exhausting? But for his age and how athletic he is, no, he wasn't like, oh, carry me out. That's just for show. But besides that, yes, these movies have a lot of cuts in them. Yes. Just because you can do the fight scenes does not mean the actors, I mean, that's why they have cuts in movies. Because Rama and whatever those other people are from The Raid, all their movies in American movies, they have a lot of cut scenes. Yeah, it's just no, people, it's just no. But anyways, it doesn't matter. Tony Jaa has a lot of cutscenes. I'm pretty sure, I don't remember Old Man, or not Old Man, what the hell is that other thing about the elephant? I don't know, I didn't like them. I thought they were done. They went to like 4 or 5, I don't know what they went to. So anyway, so, you know, it's just like he's a bullshitter. You know, he's a hypocrite and all that, you know, but the thing is, what I want to say is, you know, and I'll say one more like Jeremy. Jeremy's dumb as Chris too, but I believe Chris is dumber. Even though I see Germany be very low in the stupidity pool. But it's just like, you know, Jeremy talking about, you know, like people who come up with their ideas of what they would have done and which shows how dumb they are. He's like, I wish that Batman made Doomsday. I'm like, so you want to know that Batman was fiddling around with Zod's dead body? You're watching Avengers Ultron, where that's where you have that kid crap in your head. Batman making Doomsday. That one's easy to find. That's probably in his spoiler review. But anyway, so this is the thing, man. So I had this actually planned in my head some time ago, right? You know, I've done them all. You know, I've done for Jeremy, Terminator Dark Fate. And I said, dude, it didn't come with one thing. He's kept talking about Terminator 2. I said that's a one-race group. They keep talking about Terminator 2, same as the way they talk about Star Wars and Blade Runner and all that, when Terminator 1 is better than Terminator 2. We've already been through all that. You know, it's just really dumb, you know, to have that kind of mindset. But yeah, I said that's a one-race group. That's what they do. But you know, and I said it's kind of weird to want to listen to someone say, I'm going to do a spoiler review for this movie and not say one thing wrong with the movie, but concentrate on Terminator 2. When Terminator 1 is better than Terminator 2. It's just dumb stupidity, people. It's just, but like I said, you know, but this one. But the thing is, I'm about to say this one, but you know, I just keep thinking about his stupidity. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Let me before we hit play for his, we're going to get into Chris's Terminator Dark Fate for the first time ever. But people, the things he was saying for Batman v Superman, a movie that I could not have came up with a better script, is in my top 10 favorite movies. You just could not have done it better. A movie that everyone I know enjoys and that have rewatch. Not talking about no social media. They be talking about The Batman. No one wants to watch that shit. I could never get someone to watch that without wanting to punch me in my face. The things he came up with, I couldn't listen to it anymore, people. But it was just the one thing I love that they mocked is he just like what they say. I think they say he contradict like the whole movie. Like he just totally like forgot the whole point of the movie. So Superman comes in and starts monologuing and saying a whole bunch of like I don't know, jerk around stuff, and it's like, did you forget the point of the movie? Lex Luthor has his mother. I mean, that whole time they were talking back and forth, you could have said, Lex Luthor has my mother. So the people just think about putting that in a movie and someone it's just like, I remember what movie that was praised called Smiles, where she grabs these stuff, all this proof to show this about this guy, that this ghost, whatever, kills people by, by smiling. And I said the movie was dumb because she goes there and starts talking about everything but except the proof in her hand. And then she goes to another person and she talks about everything else but the proof that she has. And the thing is, I knew she was gonna do that before she did it, because she did it 4 times already. It was just like, stop. And that movie was praised. But there's other examples that popped in my head too, but that was one of the things that was like, what kind of person that would do something that dumb in a movie? But what Chris came up with, it'd be like, just imagine me watch that in a movie. I'm like, are you going to tell Batman that they have your mother? Because you are doing a whole lot of talking back and forth about what the hell are you talking about? And I think his mind is set on the loser thing of Batman killing. So he's trying to have them talk so they can maybe have understanding of maybe each of them have problems or something. So he's trying to like solve something. I don't I can't explain it right because it sounds dumb, of something that really makes no point of saying, Batman, I want you to feel that killing is wrong, but we're going to ignore the fact that Lex Luthor has my mother. I didn't get very far. I just said, no, what? I really don't care. But it was just like, people, that lets you know how dumb a person is. It's just like, it's a script that it's not something that I could fix. I said there's certain things in the extended version I like, where Alfred says, Batman says, Alfred, I don't deserve you. And Alfred says, no, sir, you don't. That should have been in there. That's how I could fix it, putting that in there. But a lot of the things in the extended version I didn't like, but I did definitely love that scene. But anyway, so let's, I'm going to start out right here. This is something that commonly a racist does. And I want to bring this up because I wanted to do a video about something commonly a racist does real quick. So let's go. I'm gonna have to whine a little bit because I was thinking about get past all this nonsense talking. I have it 1 minute 42 seconds. But let me back up a little.
Terminator movie, I thought this was awful, and I think that's where this movie is going to divide viewers because I understand that they're probably trying to make a new Terminator movie for a new generation of fans who don't give a shit about the old ones.
And so as we go on that part right there, that is a common thing that racists do. It's just like, it's kind of like something like Joe Rogan. I was going to do a video about it, saying these are common things that racist people do. Where I've seen other ones like this where he's doing a stand-up. I've never seen a Joe Rogan stand-up. I never will want to. But he's stuck. I'm sorry. I meant to also like bring in the Batman. As in, like, you're so, like, you can't let go that Batman v Superman, Batman kills, when he killed in every single movie, even in the Batman, because when he blew up that highway, somebody died. There is no way somebody didn't die. The trucker that was driving the truck, somebody freaking died. Okay? And then find out the chase was for no freaking reason. It's just like, but you have no criticism over that, huh? I bet you didn't bring it up, did you? But so it's just like you're somehow hurt by something that really in reality, Batman has killed someone in every single movie that there is. So anyways, let's get started. So Joe Rogan did a stand-up comedy. It was on one of the shorts that when you flip through and I quickly clicked off, but all I heard was something about, man, if I make fun of a male, people start laughing, but the second I make fun of females, I get attacked. You're in an illusion of people who believe in that woke crap and blah, 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 because several people make fun of females. Gays, females, people with disabilities. I have heard it all. Asians, blacks. So you're living in an illusion of your belief of thinking something is supposed to be offensive to people when it really isn't. Because I've never heard a comedy where someone didn't make fun of females or someone black or Mexican or Asian. No, I haven't. I don't think there's a Dave Chappelle stand-up comedy or Chris Rock where he doesn't mock females or black females or white females. And then there's people, like I said, and to me, I'm a person like, people who are funny, they're funny by truth, not some made up fear tactic crap that he's come up with. So he's starting out his video saying that, well, I guess they made for people that hate the Terminators or something like this. And the thing is, and you're putting words in the person's mouth. And the thing is, when I did this video, it hit me all, when I was getting set up to do this, That was a common thing I brought up about the Germany, because I kept got a little bit confused when he kept saying something like, you want to pretend like they don't exist, the other Terminators don't exist, but you put this person in the movie, or you do this. And I'm like, and it took me a while. I had to come back and do another video saying, I finally get it. I kept hearing a whole bunch of racist trash people on YouTube keep using that line saying, you want to act like this doesn't exist, but then you're going to like, have lines that were used in the previous ones. And it hit me. They're putting words in the director's and the writer's mouth. He never did say that he wants to act like the Terminators didn't exist. He said he just wants to act like it's the third one. And that is a common thing, is you want to like act like, or you want to hate this, because he wants to have his crowd feel like, oh, so that's what they are. They want to hate on the other Terminators, huh? Oh, I see, well, I'm angry now. You're angry over something that isn't real. Same as, oh, if we make fun of females, then I get attacked. It's not real, people. It's not real. That's what I'm talking about, what I was talking about. I'm sorry, it's taking me a while to get to this video, but it's just all the same thing over and over again. There's something else I want to bring up to make sure it's clear, but I really want to match, code and Trump support and all that together when I did my last video, where I was talking about there's certain people who get on YouTube who did their responses to me. I noticed in their videos that they did other videos, they always found a way to mention me. All right, and I wanted to relate it with something I said when Trump calls Biden Obama. It's not a mental illness. It means he goes to bed thinking about Obama. Obama angers him. He's like a racist person. He has Obama on the brain. It means he goes to bed thinking about Obama. In an angry way, not like, oh, how sexy Obama. No, I'm not immature. And so that meant is there's certain people that kept and do a video without mentioning me. They go to bed thinking about me. There's certain there's certain things that I know that one of them probably had to go to one of those. What do you call those people that had to talk to you when there's something wrong with you? A psychologist or something. I know that they had been doing that, and they had to be talking about me. They're not mentally there. There's like something's wrong with them. So it's not like, oh, he has a mind and he can't remember things. No, he has Obama on the brain. It's kind of like in that stalker way, just like you go to bed thinking about some girl, but it's some reason where there's a dude thinking about you constantly. That's why creepy YouTube is like it is for me. But anyway, so let's get started. But yeah, I wanted to prefer is, it's just a lot of things that even though what Trump was trying to say he's a billionaire, which he's really not, there's people that kept saying that they're actually rich because they're envying me on YouTube. Because I came out and expressed that I am able to afford things that other people cannot, because it's going to show when you see me do movie reviews in my theater room that I was doing before. But I decided, no, I don't want to be envy anymore. But anyway, so let's get started. But that's what I said. So he's like putting words in people's mouths, in the director's mouth, saying, yeah, I guess you made the movie and then you put Arnold Schwarzenegger in there and all that, because they said they were the third one. So you're playing dumb. There's something wrong with you. That's the mind of a racist. That's how a mind of a racist think. They hear you or see you say things that are not there. That's what I said when I got viewer responses. I said there were never really replyable viewer responses because they were saying things that are saying, oh, he probably thinks this and that. I'm like, none of these things. How do you get these things in your head? I don't do a viewer response back action next. I know there's something wrong with them, but it's just like you're just like it's nothing to respond to because there are things that are not there. Every video response I ever got, it was things that were not there. Oh, he's racist. And when they're talking about you're racist, they're talking about, when they're trashy and clearly racist themselves, they're talking about their skin color. But any videos about me being a racist, that was before that people found out my girl was actually white. Because I didn't reveal that when I first started YouTube. And then I started revealing, like, hey, I want you guys to know I have the hottest girl in school. And I started showing her. And then I got like trash people envy. It was like, oh my gosh, she is hot. Oh my gosh, I'm angry now. Because you're supposed to have a worse life than me. And I live with my parents and all that shit. But let's go.
But that also doesn't make sense because you have Schwarzenegger back and you have Linda.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because they said they want to be the third one. That's why they're in there. You know that, dude. It's just that your racism and your bias I guess that's what it is, because how could you not know that? And I don't put research in like that. I just already knew that they just saying that they were the third one. It's like the guy who wanted to do an Aliens 3 and act like the other ones didn't exist. I really wanted that to happen. But like, no, they say, no, we want the director from the first one so he can give us a pile of shit. I don't know what it's called. It starts with a P. I don't know that movie shit that came out instead of what I would have really wanted. Even though the guy done a whole bunch of dumb movies like Elysium that Jeremy called awesome spectacular, and the director came out and said the movie sucked. Dumbass. Let's go.
Hamilton back, and you have James Cameron back. So why aren't you trying to honor the legacy of the first two films? Maybe they actually...
So that part right there, that's why I had to fast forward to like, 1 minute, 40 seconds, because I was like, you're saying things that aren't there yet. Again, that's, so I have never been farther than this.
Maybe they genuinely had no idea they were making a movie that took a giant shit all over the legacy of the first two. Maybe they really thought they were actually honoring them, but it really doesn't.
And please don't be like German talking about Terminator 2 all day. I wanted to fast forward it more, but I saw that point there, and I just wanted to get to where he talks about the movie because I knew what kind of cringing, pointless talking he was going to get through, because I have already done like at least 2 responding to him talking about movies and trying to say what's wrong with them, and he makes no points. Monster Hunter was a disaster of listening to him.
I feel like they were. Man, I want to talk about spoilers. Holy shit.
And I should have put in spoilers.
Push aside my gripes and be realistic.
Because when I tried spoilers for his Batman v Superman, it just kept getting dumber and dumber. But let's go. I thought I put spoilers and I totally forgot to put his name, but I put spoilers and I totally forgot because I should have, but I was so head in mind, I wanted to use that part that he does that a lot of races do. But here we go.
Davis is really good in this movie. I thought she was really badass and I liked her character quite a bit. She dedicated a lot of physicality to this role and I thought she was wonderful in the movie.
Usually when someone's really good in a movie, it's not really, I never heard of movies like someone's like really good in this movie, but this movie was trash, whatever the hell he said, or garbage. I don't remember what he said in the beginning, but it's like, then it's showing that there's something off there. You're just feeling like you have to attack it. As I said, this guy, he stops reviewing movies that racists are mad about before they come out.
Linda Hamilton is by far my favorite part of the whole film.
Oh, another good person. But like I said, that's the same thing that Jeremy does. Like, this person's actor's good, this actor's good, and this actor's good, but man, this is when we start running into problems, man. And then they'll say, man, this movie tried so hard to do this and that and couldn't do that. And they don't explain what this and that is. They don't explain anything. They said, man, Steve Jobs is a mess, man. The acting's a mess, man. It's like, man, I thought there was a good actor. But I'm sorry, I've been talking so much earlier. So I'm just saying, it's just so the same thing over and over again, people. It's not different.
She is awesome. She's great as this character, and she totally fits in those boots once again all these years later. She added a lot to the movie, and I loved seeing her back. And despite the fact that I didn't love what they did with Arnold Schwarzenegger's storyline, I thought he was really funny in the movie. It's weird because I didn't love what they were doing with the character, but I undeniably laughed many times. But if you've seen the
I wish I know what you laugh at, because Arnold Schwarzenegger was only laughable in one scene. I think it was the only time he was supposed to be known to be funny was when he says, I do drapes or something. Well, I remember when he's talking about how he does the walls, and then you see Sarah Connor with this angry face, listen to him, because you're listening to a guy that tries to sound like a nice person that killed your son. And that's what made it funny. And then he says, I do drapes. And then she says, no, he's my whatever, and he needs to shut the F up. Anything else besides that? I don't remember him being funny, but it's just like you laughed at everything he did. What? I mean, I don't think there's anything else, unless there's something wrong with you. But maybe I missed something. I just remember that's the only time that they try to be funny with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but whatever.
Trailers, you know that they find him in a cabin in the woods, so I don't really think it's much of a spoiler to say that this character has sort of settled down, which is odd. We'll talk about that after the grade.
I mean, what else would you have done? That's what I'm saying. There's certain things like, but I don't know. We'll talk about that after. He said something. We talk about On the Gray or something. So I don't know if that's the name of a movie where he wants to talk about 2 different movies. I don't know, but he did say that, and I don't really care to put that much research in. But I would imagine that's the only way that route you would go, unless you're going to have the route where you have Halloween. Is it Kills or something? And Michael Myers goes into the sewer. That's freaking dumb. I'm not saying he said that, but I'm saying That's the only thing that has you like, a more of an understanding. Anything else, you trying to change the script, I would like to know what script you would go with. Him in the sewer? I just want to know what script would you go with, dumbass? Because you're having me Superman. It was just like, the main thing that was in my mind is like, yes, you're right. He would have said Lex Luthor has his mom by now, dude. Well, why? It's just, you're an idiot.
As I stated, the action sequences are propulsive. There's many of them, and it does feel like the movie moves consistently, although I thought it dragged considerably during the middle of the film. A lot of the action sequences feel a bit too tight, and it just doesn't feel real. I'm going to compare them to movies that were made in the 80s and the early 90s, probably more than...
Movies are made in the 80s and 90s were car chase scenes and motorcycle scenes. I mean, they don't really do too much. I mean, you want to repeat the same thing? Like I said, they're stuck in the past. So you just want another car. I mean, Terminator 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, I think there was the same thing. They always have this like, someone's in a bigger thing and they're chasing you down. But I can't remember, but it's always a motorcycle scene, a car chase scene. Same thing. It's just like people can watch the same shit over and over again and call that shit a masterpiece.
You might want me to do in this video, but I think it's kind of necessary. Why are these films made so many years ago so much better? Why do they look so much better?
What are these films?
Because they're really fucking happening. And so much of this shit in this
What
movie,
are these films?
even some of the stuff that is actually happening. Like,
Oh, wait. Did you just, oh my gosh. Oh, why didn't I predict he's not going to say these films' names? Because he knows if he says these films' name, he'll be laughed at. Please tell me you just not mention something and not mention these films. There's no way I would have mentioned these films back then and not bring these films up. There is no way you just did that, dude. I know I didn't give you enough time. I'm just seeing it so many times. There is no way you mentioned some films, saying like some films in the 80s had done action scenes but were way better. And you're not gonna mention these films. Because really in the 80s and whatever, I can't think of any right now that has to do with a chase scene. I mean, I can think of some Jean-Claude Van Damme time cop shit. You know, I don't know if there's better, but they're good to watch. But I wouldn't expect you to be kicking a robot or trying to wrestling a robot. So what are these films? I mean, I do love the Jason Bourne chase, but they just repeat the same thing. I don't feel like going over Jason Bourne again, but yeah, Jason Bourne, each story repeated itself. You know, you had the fight scene with Assassin, the car chase scene. Sometimes they mixed it up and put the car chase scene and then the assassin fight. You know, they just kept doing the same thing. But whatever, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It got better and better. But oh shit, no. So anyway, so how you guys doing? So this is the part where I should probably have been talking about other things right now, because what just happened is I put my password in too many times wrong. It says wait 1 minute. Let's just go ahead and fast forward, okay? Until I can hit play. So I can put my password in. You know. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. It's the first time I ever made this mistake, and I'm not starting over. This is wait 1 minute before you put your password in. Forgot password? No, I did not forget my password. Give me a second. If I had my other phones, I do have 2 phones, but I don't have it with me. I'm not gonna go get it because that'd be like 1 minute for me to do that, and then I had to fast forward to find out where I'm at. All right, here we go. Do it right. There we go. Okay. That didn't take long.
My car crashes. There's a shiny fake filter over everything.
So you're not gonna name these. So you're not gonna name them. You're not gonna name them at all. Okay.
Movie, even some of the stuff that is actually happening, like car crashes, there's a shiny fake filter over everything, and I just didn't buy anything that was happening. The thing that just bugged me about this movie is that it really is a recycled Terminator 2 plot.
Oh, wait. I know, but it wasn't done in the 80s. The Raid 2, best highway chase scene ever. Love it. Yeah, you can't beat the Raid 2. And yeah, but it's not the 80s. I can't think of anything back then. Oh, I don't know. Lethal Weapon, I don't know if that's the 80s, but Lethal Weapon 4, I'm pretty sure that's the 90s. That's pretty cool. So yeah, But the highway scene chase was not as all that good for the Terminator Dark Fate. It wasn't bad. No, it's still enjoyable. But it It was kind of like the Raid 1, but I mean, nowhere near the Raid 1. But I'm talking about each action scene, people always mention that's what I loved about it. Each action scene got better and better and better. So the fight scenes were better than the shootout because, like I said, guns take away the rush. So each action scene got better and better and better. And that's what, so that's what kind of like Terminator Dark Fate did. And it's, but it wasn't like I said, no, let me do this right. I put the password. So, yeah, so, but I'm missing movies. You talking about some 80s and you didn't mention the people. That's all I really need to know that person's an idiot. I mean, even though I already knew he was an idiot, but that was all you should need. He mentioned, it's like, there's so many movies that are done in the 80s that done way better than this movies. I'm pretty sure in spoiler reviews, or whatever he's talking about, he doesn't say it either.
There's a few extra little character beats that are added, but this series, once again, cannot figure out how to be a series without somebody protecting somebody from another Terminator. It's the same plot. I don't understand.
Of course it's the same fucking plot. How can you do it differently? I already brought this up before, people. You cannot, it is going to be the same way. They want to kill the person that's able to stop them. That is Terminator. Jason Bourne, it's the same plot. They want to get Jason Bourne. Jason Bourne is trying to remember who he is. It's the same plot. I want to say Transformers, but I kind of stopped Transformers after 3. Kind of, so I don't know really too much. But it's not the same plot. I think they're the same plot. What sequel isn't the same plot? Freddy Krueger, he gets you in your sleep. They come up with new ways of how to kill him. They keep getting lamer and lamer. But I did like the final one. It was a remake, but, I like and I also like they picked the idea. Is that the one that the last one they picked the idea of don't fear him? Or what was it? How did they stop him? Oh, that one was pull him out of the dream. I think I came up with that idea is he gets stronger. That was Freddy's versus Jason. That you have to fear him for him to become strong or something. But anyways, let's go.
Understand why this series can't figure out how to tell.
But people, a sequel has the same pattern as the last one. I don't really know any movies that don't do that. Like Star Wars, I'm pretty sure are the same. I don't really think about Star Wars. I don't really think about the plots of Star Wars anymore. I never did. All right, let's go.
Story that doesn't involve the Connors or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator Salvation is actually the closest that they've ever got to doing that, which is one that doesn't involve the Connors or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator Salvation. What are you saying? This series, once again, cannot figure out how to be a series without somebody protecting somebody from another Terminator. It's the same plot. I
think Aliens have the same plots all the way through. Aliens trying to kill you, blah, blah. I mean, they're a tad different because one of them, the aliens, they go after them, I guess. The other ones, they're trying to get out of there and get away from them, but whatever.
Understand why this series can't.
And the other thing is, I did explain, I don't know what he's talking about, but John Connor wasn't working anymore. So and the thing is, the John Connor thing, I think was at the point I didn't want to hear John Connor anymore. And I think when it came to the Matrix, I didn't want to hear Neo, because on Matrix 2, everyone was annoying with this Neo, especially the certain kid that got out of the Matrix by, jumping off a building or the animation. He would not talk about Neo like he wanted to suck him off. Neo, and then, he brought up on Matrix 3, Neo, I believe, or some kind of shit. I was like, John Connor, I think it was just hearing John Connor again. And also, people in reality knew that Sarah Connor was actually the actual hero. When Kyle Reese went back in time and did that, he changed John Connor from being the hero to Sarah Connor. She was the hero to stop that from happening, because if it does happen, you're already effed up. You've already lost. If you go by the James Cameron world, where was the grass? So it's Sarah Connor's the hero from stopping it from happening, because if it does happen, you've already lost. Sarah Connor's the hero. So even though it was about the girl, Sarah Connor is the hero. And of course, they have to give something to redeem herself to stop the robot, yes. Because Sarah Connor stopping the robot again, they'd be just repeating the same thing. But yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger stopped the robot in Terminator 2. Okay, so who stopped the robot in the last one? And then Sarah Connor stopped it on Terminator 1. Okay.
And figure out how to tell a story that doesn't involve the Connors or Arnold Schwarzenegger. Terminator Salvation is actually the closest that they've ever got to doing that, which is one of the reasons I respect that movie more than most Terminator sequels, even.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I know so many people that want to shit on Terminator Salvation, and their reasons make sense, so it kind of makes me feel like really respected because they have Arnold Schwarzenegger in there, but you forget about the other flaws of the movie. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, so it was good then. I respect it because Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't in it. I know he was a CGI guy, but it's like, then I respect it now. Like, no, people. No. Well, I mean, Salvation, I would say, just fine popcorn flick, but I can understand if someone doesn't like it.
No, I don't love it. Look, I can't go on any longer without talking about some of my spoiler issues, so I'm just going to grade this film. I'm going to give Terminator Dark Fate a C. Look, that's the same grade I gave Genesis. I think this movie is better than Genesis. Because that was a disservice to the character.
Oh my gosh, he's going to spend his whole, fast forward, he's going to spend his whole time talking about Terminator 2. I don't know, I want to listen to him, but I don't want to hear people in the Warner School keep talking about Terminator 2. I don't know, maybe he wasn't, but I think I improved enough. If you need more advice, like, oh, how is this person racist? Or how is this? Or how is that? It's like, I can't help you. You're a slow pickup learner, and I have other things I got to do. Peace.